I want to throw out a name here, and people have very strong feelings one way or the other about Donald Trump. But he is, if nothing else, he is a disruptor. I mentioned David Stockman earlier, and he pointed out that may just be what the United States needs right now. Never mind his vulgar antics at times, but he is a disruptor. There's no denying that. I'm wondering, have you been, because let's face it, he has a legitimate shot at becoming the next occupant of the White House. Have you attempted to reach out to Donald Trump?
I rather delay that because he knows who I am. And I don't want to speak for him. But he knows that we can rebuild this country, not tomorrow, but immediately. Plus, I want a couple of donuts before I get there.
You want a couple donuts. You're still insisting on the donuts.
It's 3:30 in the morning. I'm starving here. Because that's money. See, that's why we want U.S. dollars. Kennedy wanted the dollars. He got murdered for that. Bobby Kennedy got murdered for that. They're taking down the Federal Reserve and the military-industrial complex and the mafiosa. I took down the mafiosa, and I lost my 11-year-old grandson because of that. They're not friendly people out there. But you got to do what you got to do. I took my oath of office. I took my mandate very seriously. I was a Milwaukee police officer, Waukesha County Sheriff, a fire marshal, rescue squad. I learned all the things just to be a better person and get back to the community. A volunteer fireman at $3 an hour in Menominee Falls, it's a hell of a risk because who's going to take care of my mortgage and my house and my kids?
Something I didn't know until I read the book is that sometime after you were released from Kettle Moraine prison in Wisconsin, you ended up here in my fair city, Toronto, Canada. What were you doing up here? When was that?
Boyle sent me up there so I was in hiding. I live in Obicoke, something like that. Dank Boyle had me in a safe house for 16 months so I wouldn't get killed. And I played cards with the Supreme Court judge up there, and I did my best to lose, and I kept winning. I felt so sad.
So you were in hiding in Etobicoke.
I was under safekeeping. Well, I had security. I was in a mansion. My attorney.
All right. I asked you about Trump. I want to ask you about somebody else.
Trump's a good guy, though. I know he knows. Being what he was doing, he knows all the people in the casinos and Hillary Clinton and all that stuff. But I don't know what they did except the weddings and parties. Big deal.